Hi there.
Hello.
How are you tonight? Good. So, in case you guys didn't notice this, that way, I have a demon in the chat with me here.
A pretty one.
I love that hair. I am loving that hair. So let's say hi to people, I guess.
Yeah.
That is awesome. All right. So, hey, Stephen P. Kitty Cat. Hey, Calvin. Hey, Mikey. What's up? Hi, Laura. How are you guys doing? Guys, make sure to please share out and get this out there to peoples. Hey, Nadine. What's up? All right. So, I have Oni here today, and we are going to talk about safety coffins.
I'm just here to be a smart ass.
Pretty much. It's all good. So I guess let's start with talking about the idea of being buried alive. So there is actually a fear called taphophobia, and it's an abnormal fear of being buried alive. And that's because you've been pronounced dead incorrectly. I don't know about you, but I don't find that to be
How do
too
you
abnormal.
incorrectly pronounce someone dead, though?
Well, back in like Victorian times and even before, the doctors were not as advanced as we are now. And this actually was not something that was too uncommon. Which is pretty fucking horrible. So
Yeah, especially if you're your granddaughter and you just lost your grandpa and you hear a bell ringing.
exactly. For the record, this is what we were talking about right here. This one is actually more, it has a flag if the person wakes up. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. But the other ones have bells or just various ways to make noise and draw attention.
What the hell?
Yeah. So then, this is one of my favorites so far. So this thing, they would put you basically with your head facing outward towards where that wheel was, right? You had your wheel. And if you woke up, you can hand crank yourself out of your coffin. Can you imagine trying to hand crank yourself out of a coffin?
Hand crank yourself. I do that every morning anyways.
I had a feeling saying hand crank might actually be a bad idea. Hey, Tanya! Thank you, thank you.
Hell no.
So, let's get into this a little bit more. So, before the modern...
Most men I know crank themselves almost daily, I think.
I would assume so. A little bit of the hand crank in action. So let's go a little bit further into this. So before the era of modern medicine, the fear was not entirely irrational. Throughout history, there have been numerous cases of people being buried alive by accident. And in 1905, the English reformer William Tebb collected accounts of premature burial. He found 219 cases of near-live burials and 149 actual live burial cases, 10 cases of live dissection, and 2 cases of waking up while being embalmed. Can you imagine waking up to being embalmed? That's even worse, I think, than buried alive.
Yeah, I don't know about that. So is premature burial like almost like premature ejaculation?
Can't wake up the dead, just like you can't turn up missing. That's true. I don't know why people say they turned up missing.
I can turn around and I'm gone.
Hexus, my love. What's up? Oh, I mean, what?
Whoa.
Hey, Wiggles. Hey, Kino.
Hi, everybody. Sorry, I'm not reading comments.
It's all good. English Reformer. Is that an off-brand transformer from Isles? I think so, Hexus. Hey, Sven!
That sounds awesome, though. I want one now.
Right? Hey, Henry, what's up? Got a lot of nightmare clowns in the house today. Dang, Hexus is cheating on a call with Bunnie Rabbid. Oops. So, let's get back. In the 18th century, there was a development of mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, so CPR.
You know, I've always wanted to ask a rabbit question.
What? What? What?
Eh?
Sorry, there's a delay, guys. So if there's any technical issues, sorry about that.
I'm just fucking with you. Go ahead.
Okay, so the 18th century, there was the development of CPR, which was mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, and very crude defibrillation techniques to revive a person considered dead. The Royal Humane Society had been formed as the Society for the Recovery of Persons Apparently Drowned. And in 1896, an American funeral director, T.M. Montgomery, reported that nearly 2% of those exhumed were no doubt victims of suspended animation. In other words, 2% of those exhumed victims had actually been buried alive. And folklorist Paul Barber has argued that the incidence of alive burial was overestimated. Ugh. Okay. So, I think Oni is having technical difficulties. No, there's just a delay between the two of us since we're in two different locations. Nothing to see here. Dead alive. Oh, God. Oh, God. Can you imagine? So, what got you thinking about this subject, Oni?
Actually, I have a bunch of weird things run through my mind daily, and then I had the most fucked up dream. I dreamed my ex-wife buried me and put me in one of those fucking coffins, and I was still alive, and I was digging my way out. So I started researching the shit.
Oh shit!
I was like, this bitch ain't gonna kill me off.
Yeah, that's so there are, let me get over into the right area. Here we go. There have been a lot of urban legends about people being accidentally buried alive. Legends including elements such as somebody entering into a state of stupor or a coma only to wake up years later and die a horrible death. Other legends tell of coffins opened to find a corpse with a long beard, or corpses with their hands raised like this, like they were trying to get out. One of the issues with this is your hair and your nails continue to grow even once you're dead. So opening
Yes,
up a
I
coffin, you know, to find that somebody has a long beard, that's not that much of an issue. Actually, okay, so I say grow, but in reality, what it is as your skin shrinks and loses its moisture, it starts pulling back, which pushes the hair that was already under the skin forward, and it gives it the effect of having grown a lot. But in reality, it's actually the hair that's underneath your skin. And that's kind of what happens with your nails too, is as you lose all the moisture in your skin and everything starts pulling backwards, everything else gets pushed forward. So, I mean, it's
Hey, I wonder if someone's dick looks bigger on that thing then. They can push that forward for me. That'll be okay.
Thanks for keeping my cage door open. Hexus
Quit
says,
messing with my hellhounds, Kino.
Hexus says, getting claustrophobia just thinking about it. Also, if
I know, especially like this little tiny area.
Oh God, right?
You know, when I started researching this, looking into it because of my ex-wife, thank you, bitch. I've always wondered, like, how do you accidentally bury someone alive? Because most of the shit that they fucking did was they would they would tie the bell to their finger. Their muscles would be jerking while they're dead and ringing the bell.
Yep.
And do you know they actually have coffins that you can see through now?
Yes, they do. They also have you God damn it, Hexus. I'm gonna get to that in a second. I don't know if she loves Arby's roast beef and cheddar or if she just has one in her pants.
Hey, you talking about my ex-wife now? oh, you talking about his ex-wife?
Yep. Although it sounds like they might be one and the same. So Nadine says corpses can huh?
So can I, but I'm not dead. Yet.
Oh, that has got to. Have you heard that sometimes corpses will actually sit up due to advanced rigor mortis? Can you imagine?
I have.
Being the person in. Go ahead.
Sorry. When you say you can accidentally sit up, you know, the first thing that goes to my mind is, hey, wonder if their penises can do that too.
I think they can. Hey, Melissa. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Shelby.
I don't know how I'd be able to handle it if I worked at a morgue and all of a sudden you just look down and there's just a penis rising up.
All of a sudden, all you see is this.
yeah, I don't.
And you go, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to do it. I'd be like, nope, send the next guy.
Set up with advanced rigor mortis. That's my morning. Sitting up with the dead. Could be a good bloodbath song. So I've heard.
Don't worry, Hexus. Me and you will get to the point where we just have to take Viagra to stop rolling out of bed.
I've talked to some friends that do embalming and stuff like that, and they have said that they have actually had corpses sit up on the table. I would probably run.
That would freak me the fuck out. I would exit building stage left. Yes.
I would run. I would absolutely run. I wouldn't be able to handle it. So, you know what I didn't do?
Me neither. And you know what? What?
I did not put out warnings yet.
Go ahead.
So, trigger warning, guys.
Oh, fuck. Shit, sorry.
That's my fault. Also, under the fair use, another author may make limited use of the original author's work without asking permission, pursuant to 17 U.S. Code 107. Certain uses of copyrighted material for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, including multiple copies for classroom use, scholarship, or research is not an infringement of copyright. And also, warning: the related content may be disturbing to some individuals. All right, cool.
So now I can say fuck, right?
Yep, fuck. Fuckity fuck, fuck, fuck.
The bunnies of chaos are coming for you. The bunnies of chaos are coming for you.
Good morning. That was Hexus.
That was good.
That was Hexus.
Hearing you scream fuckity fuck fuck was pretty entertaining.
A real stiff. Angel lust when they get a stiffy as a stiffy. I just realized my hood came off. So, I forgot where I was. The Bunnies of Chaos did it.
I heard that they, if a stiffy don't go away, that they will actually cut off the penis.
They don't cut it off from what I've heard, at least not anymore. They actually stuff it into the belt and tape it down. They actually stuff it into the belt area and they will tape it down, from what I understand. Did you forget anything else? I think they saw you.
Oh, great. Now I'm transgender. Oh,
Give it the
goodness.
old
Like,
Prince Albert.
I've never thought, hey, when I die, just tape my dick to my stomach.
So, what's worse is, have you ever, you know how they say priapism is an issue with Viagra, and that if you have an erection lasting more than
That's
4
a good
hours.
question. Someone brought up Prince Albert. Someone brought up Prince Albert in the comments. Can't they just tie something to your penis and just hold it there?
They could. They could. So okay. So the 4-hour erection that happens with Viagra from time to time, have you ever heard what they have to do in order to relieve said erection?
4-hour erection.
If they cannot get it to go down?
Who the hell needs 4 hours?
I don't know, man. I would be tired after the first 2.
Yeah. I don't need 4 hours.
No.
But apparently, and I'm sorry for all of you out there with penises, they have to
Put a needle in the penis. Nope.
Yep. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Needle to remove the blood. Yep. I heard a child laugh. Oh, dear God. So, let's get deeper into this. That sounded dirty. So, of note is a legend about Anne Hill Carter Lee, the wife of Henry Lee III. According to the story, in 1804, Mrs. Lee took ill and apparently died. She was rescued.
Penis jokes are not funny. They're painful.
She was
Let's
rescued.
get deeper. All right. Sounds like a party.
Oh God, that's how big the gap is here. Okay, so she was rescued from the burial vault by a sexton who heard noises coming from her casket. Supposedly, she was buried alive. Oni's reaction. We sustain an erection in hell for 666 hours. That's our final exam to graduate.
Okay.
So,
just woke up a little while ago, so I figured to make spaghetti for dinner.
Yeah, no one's gonna graduate.
So there are a few notable historical figures that are thought to have been afraid of being, or afraid of live burial. So Frederick Chopin, who requested that his heart be cut out to ensure that he was in fact dead. George Washington, who requested that his body be laid out for 3 days in order to assure that he was actually dead. Hans Christian Andersen and Alfred Nobel, who asked to have their arteries cut open to ensure that their death was permanent. So, literature found fertile ground in exploring the natural fear of being buried alive. So, like, Edgar Allan Poe.
That sounds awful.
Right? Slitting open all their wrists and everything.
Oh, we don't play that.
But I mean, if you're already dead, does it really matter? So let's see here. So I don't know about you, but I love Edgar Allan Poe, and I'm sure a lot of people around here in our communities do. So Edgar Allan Poe did stories like The Premature Burial, The Fall of the House of Usher, The Cask of the Amontillado, and even you can kind of.
The only thing I know from Edgar Allan Poe is quote the right.
Well, that's a good one still. It's one of my favorites. I memorized that in like high school. So I see Shelby. Shelby is asking, what are you smoking on?
Skittles.
That sounds bomb. I want Skittles. Hi, Floyd.
Skittles.
Skittles. Nice. Hell yeah, we love Edgar Allan Poe. He created one of the most iconic sandwiches ever.
The best sandwiches ever.
Now I want me some po' boy. Good. Edgar Allan. Love Edgar Allan Poe and yummy. So, fear of being alive was elaborated to the extent that those who could afford it would make arrangements for the construction of the safety coffin to ensure that it would be avoided. So, like glass lids for observation, ropes to bells for signaling, breathing pipes for survival until rescued. It's sometimes claimed that the English phrases "saved by the bell" or "dead ringer" were in some way actually related to the safety bells. But apparently that's not exactly the case. I don't know.
That's where it came from.
What's up?
Ow!
Love your po' boy. So there was a greater public confidence in the medical profession and its ability to diagnose death accurately that has been a reduction in the fear of premature burial after the 20th century. There have been periods of public alarm in recent decades after medical errors at diagnosing death were reported. And so the taphophobia is still very common, but it's not as common anymore. A study of a Pakistani woman found severe taphophobia in a third of subjects with mentally or with mental illness and a mild degree of this fear in half of the controls. Although rare in the developing world, a recent study reported 3 cases of people being taphophobic in older people, though. And this was in Ireland. So it's still a fear. I mean, to be honest with you, I wouldn't want to be buried alive. I don't know why you wouldn't be afraid of something like that. To be completely honest. Woo. Hold on. So, have you seen? Yeah, exactly, right? Have you seen the zombie prevention coffins and the undead prevention coffins? So there are coffins that were made during the height of people being afraid of the undead coming back to roam the earth, and especially like vampires and stuff like that. So they would make these metal cages.
Yeah, they used to call them vampire coffins, I think.
Yep, vampire coffins, undead. There's a few different ways that they put it. In fact, that cemetery that we go to quite often.
That cage looks like it'll hold my pet.
There's a cemetery that we've gone to that actually has that. And I was tripping out last time we saw it.
I'll take care of it.
Yay! What's up, Kobe?
I got my support bed.
Oh, sorry. Here you go. That's back. Shelby says she got her support badge from this page today. Thank y'all for supporting us, by the way. And also, make sure to go check out the Nightmare Clowns in case some of you don't know who they are. I don't think that's the case, actually, in this feed. But I just wanted to make sure. Those cages were also used to keep grave robbers from taking and selling bodies to the medical students. That is true, Hexus. He would know because he's the one who invented the grave robbing business. And
maybe they should have done that with King Tut.
Right. Didn't they put a bunch of like traps for King Tut? Hey, that'd be fun graveyards, right? So we're going to go to a quick commercial. I can't believe how fast this feed is going right now. But we are going to go to a quick commercial, and we will be right back. Hexus says that, and I helped out with necrophilia back in the Dark Ages. I was in a dark place back then. All right, so Code Blue. Never got along with the girls at my school. Fill me up with their morals and their rules. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Twisty is out of her cage. And she let Kino out.
Do you see anything?
What?
Are you on this?
I can't see you. No.
Uh-oh.
You see her?
I don't see anything.
I see you
I
still.
wonder,
Oh. Hi!
Hi! I heard a cute little voice.
Just sounded like, hey, you guys!
So let's get a little bit further into this.
Twisty, you're such a bitch. Put her back in the cage, steel hole.
Uh-oh, somebody's in trouble.
Bitch. Oh.
So I got this one from, I want to say,
Stay out of camera. Out of camera.
I cannot remember
Out
where I got this from,
of
actually. So, engineers spend a lot of time thinking about safety. Every object and process must be safe to make, use, and dispose of. But one item you would think doesn't really need to be safety treatment is a coffin. So the great thing about a coffin is that the owner or the occupier is usually far beyond safety concerns and highly unlikely to sue should their purchase prove to be defective. Yet even this has not escaped the clutches of safety engineering. The reason why so much engineering effort and so many patents have been expended on the safety coffin has entirely to do with answering one nagging doubt. What if the occupant isn't really dead? Perhaps surprisingly, it can be hard for a doctor to be sure if someone is dead, and with the rather variable skills available in the 18th and 19th century, not wishing to be buried alive was a reasonable concern. So cholera epidemics would strike fear into the hearts of people. Edgar Allan Poe would add on to this fear. You have people that we mentioned earlier, Chopin and George Washington, that were requesting extra steps being taken just to make sure that they were dead before they were buried. And of course, the answer to these fears was engineering. So nearly 100 safety coffins were patented to deal with the problem for the poor and fortunate who found themselves buried alive. But there were two problems: how to stay alive and how to tell everyone that you were alive. So in the 19th century, patents would deal with these in several ways. To stay alive, most, but unbelievably not at all, included a breathing tube, and some also had some food supplies or a method to provide the occupant with food while they were dug out. When Dr. Adolf Gutsmuth of Seenhausen demonstrated his safety coffin in 1822, he spent his subterranean hours being fed sausage, soup, cake, and beer through a feeding tube. Dr. Johann Gottfried Taberger's 1829 design didn't include a breathing tube, but should the bell ring in the weatherproof housing over the coffin, an attendant was meant to arrive, insert a breathing tube, and start pumping with bellows. Bearing in mind how much air you can fit in a coffin, this would probably have been too late. And then there was the question of telling someone you were alive. Popular here was the flag system that we mentioned earlier. I hadn't seen this one before, but apparently this is the more popular one. And of course, there was a bell, and they were obviously above ground. And the occupant of the tomb would vigorously call for attention. One elaborate version replaced the flag with a firework, another with firecrackers, although once they had been let off, you had to hope someone had noticed that there was no way to reload. So you've got Count Michel right? Can you imagine? So you got the one that had the fancy fireworks, right? You get that one with the fancy fireworks, and you let the fireworks go. You're like, okay, somebody is definitely going to notice that this just happened. And then nothing.
You're
you
fucked.
Can't reload.
Yeah, you're fucked.
You're completely fucked. Completely fucked. Count de Monet. No, I did not say that. I messed up in his. It's Count Michel.
You think they would have done something like maybe bury him with a mini shovel so they could break through the top of the coffin?
There's a woman
Right?
who's buried in her Ferrari.
What?
Buried in her Ferrari?
Yep. There's a woman who died back in the 70s, and she loved her Ferrari so much she put in her will that she would be buried inside her Ferrari, and the Ferrari would be buried underneath cement.
What?
You can look it up.
That's crazy.
You just heard the same shit I did, right?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, she didn't want she didn't want her husband to get a hold of the Ferrari.
That's a new level of petty right there. That's like an extra level.
Yeah, that's
of
one
petty.
of the hell of ways. You're not getting shit, fucker. My money's in the trunk too.
So Sven says, you will notice if I'm still alive in my safety coffin by the weed smoke coming out of the breathing tube. Hi, Jeff.
You and me both.
Uh-oh.
Don't worry. If I plan on being cremated, I'm going to fuck with people. I'm going to make sure I put some kernels in my pocket before I go in there.
So both Kino and Jackie just stated that they got banned. Or Facebook comment jail. Just wanted to let you know.
What'd you do?
That's
I told you not
Tom.
to show those stripper videos off.
What's up? That's Tom Petty. It's so petty. That's Tom. Two of them said this at the same time. That is Tom of pettiness. Or level Tom of pettiness. That's just extra. What?
Hey, I got a question though. Think about it. These people, some of these people are so extreme they do that shit. Wonder if they want their dog buried with them at that time and the dog's still alive. Do you kill it?
Family Guy made fun of that. They killed the cat and put it in the grave with her.
Yeah, I've always wondered that. Like, if when people say, or do they dig them back up and then bury them with them, or what? You know, it's something confusing.
I wonder.
It's not like the cats having a great life.
So I tried to look up the pettiest burials, but I'm either finding prettiest or Tom Petty. So I was trying to see if there were some pretty petty things.
Try extreme graves.
So yeah, they do actually put the animals to sleep, and it is pretty messed up.
Oh my God, they killed a dog for the people? Fuck you people, leave my dog alone.
What did you say to look up?
Extreme graves is what he said.
Let's do this. And I got Graves syndrome.
Oh.
Okay, here we go. Strangest burial graves. Okay, let's see. No, this is not. I got one for you though. This is not what I thought I was looking at, but I couldn't help but laugh at this. So, Lily E. Gray, June 6th, 1881 to November 14th, 1958. Victim of the Beast, 666.
666. What the hell? I didn't touch that woman. I swear to God, I did not touch her.
What the heck? Thank you.
That is just
Hey,
so fucking weird.
If the pet dies first, you put him in the freezer. Hey, Sykes, what's up? So,
Hey, Sykes. How you doing, brother?
going back into the fear of being buried alive. Check this one out. This is one I just found. So we had mentioned that sometimes they would have
Thank you, Jeff.
glass on top of the coffin so you could see inside it, right? Check this out. The grave of Timothy Clark. He has
Oh my god. So creepy.
a window so you can look down and make sure he's not alive. If I looked down there and he was alive, I would run. I'd run. I would run. I would absolutely run.
Yeah, do you know in one, I can't remember what country it is, but every year they actually undig their dead to spend the day with them?
Yes. Oh God, what country was that? I want to say it was definitely an island country.
Kids, come meet grandma. She just woke up. Yeah.
It's Indonesian. It's an Indonesian tradition. So they dig them up, they clean them, they dress them in new clothes, and they spend the day with them.
Yes. There you go. Yes.
Have you ever seen Vladimir Lenin? How he was buried? Let me see if I can find it here. So this is actually in the Kremlin, I believe. Let's see here. This is actually inside the Kremlin in Russia. Oh, it's not letting me save it. And this one. Okay. Yes, I would like to do that. Here you go. Check this bad boy out. Oh, it does not let me keep it. Okay, here we go. That is Vladimir Lenin. And he is in a see-through coffin in the Kremlin in Russia on display.
How long has he been dead for? Fuck.
A very long time.
Because I know they do like the same thing with the Pope, but how the hell do they keep the body so well preserved, even embalming it?
You know, I'm not even sure because he died in 1924.
And he looks like he just died the other day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know how they kept him so well preserved. Eva Perón, yeah.
Wow.
Eva Perón was also perfectly preserved. Don't upset the Russians. Ah! Okay. So
well, I thought back then if your body was well preserved, you were a witch or something like that.
Right. Maybe he was. Maybe it was Rasputin that did it.
Oh, it's so weird how they keep the body. He looks like he died yesterday.
Yeah, it's a rock that the doctor came up with. The
So,
Stop!
It's like a pickle
Basically,
juice.
it is
Another one
airtight,
is-
and it's
another
still
corpse
broken.
is called the Diva. She's Chinese, like queen, but her body was like she died yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Her mouth is perfectly open.
Calvin, I'm going for cremation. It's my last chance. for
Rasputin. I've heard about him.
Man who wouldn't die.
Yeah, didn't they try to kill Rasputin like 6, 7 times?
Sometimes.
Supposedly
Shot
he
him,
was
poisoned him,
poisoned,
strangled him.
stabbed, shot. Yeah. Definitely. So
Yeah, he just didn't
they
want to
buried
die.
him.
Nope.
Hey, Star! What's up? So let's go back into some of the crazier things. Let's see here. Wow, I got really far into all these notes and I don't even need all of them. So let's go. Let's be crazy. Let's come up with some more stuff here.
Anya, come on.
Have you seen The City of the Dead? I mean, you're a demon. I assume you might have. So, in Cairo, Egypt, there is an entire city of the dead.
The what?
The City of the Dead.
That's dead people in there?
Yep.
Yep, nope. Go to your own city. Fuck off. Get away from me. Nope. Oni, don't play that. Nope. Bastards.
Do you guys know they have Napoleon's dick on a showcase? And I did not know that, but I knew that they have Rasputin's.
Yes, they do show his penis.
In Germany, they actually have Rasputin's penis apparently in a museum.
You imagine that? You may not be able to see the rest of his body, but here's his penis.
It's like, but it was Napoleon, so I imagine it's more like. He definitely had little penis syndrome. But I already signed the lease.
I don't know if that would be a family-friendly museum. Take your kids and go to the museum and be like, come here, kids, look at Rasputin's dick. Get over here.
They did the same thing with Napoleon.
Yep.
Rasputin.
Just somebody who likes. Oh, that's all.
So.
You know, I've heard of go look at the dinosaurs, not go look at the dick.
It seems that they have
had their dicks put on display. There's a whole.
They have a penis museum.
Yep.
There is an entire
That's
penis
where you can
museum.
find Rasputin's cock. Right along with the whale dick.
Yep.
Bet you he looks in comparison.
Right.
So. Hey, Liko!
Anya, it's hot.
She dipping the spoon in it, flicking.
Anya, get over here.
Calvin says, I could have them put mine in a jar and give opera glass interview.
I'm not afraid. I just know what they are.
How does a museum establish the provenance of Rasputin's junk? How do they know it's not fake? Well, that's a good question, Steven. It turns out they put a horse penis in a jar. Turns out that they had put a horse penis in the jar. Why is it that the most twisted shit always ends up happening in Germany? I do not know, Sven.
So it wasn't even his cock. It was a horse cock. See, he was trying to get credit for something he didn't even.
Apparently, it was close to it. Armand says, "Ooh, we need to go camp in Akigahara Forest." I think we should. I want to. I would do it. But apparently, even though it was a horse penis, the rumors were true. He was hung like a horse.
Yeah.
How do we spend an entire thing
massive.
talking about penises?
I don't know, and a bunch of cocks.
There's a bunch
Some,
of cacks.
There were like reports of him being up to like 14 inches.
Oh my god. Supposedly
Yeah.
Rasputin was 14 inches. That's a big
Yeah.
dick.
Big dick mystic.
No wonder he wouldn't die. He just used his penis as a shield. Threw it over his shoulder like, fuck you guys.
It was his weapon of choice.
Yeah, that gives a new meaning to swordplay.
Right?
Sword and he'll die by the
Yeah, live by the sword, die by the sword. Oh, not that penis, no.
It's just flapping around everywhere. He starts doing the helicopter.
You imagine Rasputin doing the helicopter?
take out someone's eye.
You had to
He
put
would
a
knock
bell on-
himself out. Oh, my dick.
a tonsillectomy during
No shit. Talk about reaching your belly button. He's going all for it.
Does this turn you into a puppet? I guess let's do one more here.
Maybe we'll stop talking about cocks.
Hi.
So here we go. This is a very strange grave site. It was originally built in 1724. It's a haunted vault located in the Christ Parish Church Cemetery in Barbados. When the Chase family had purchased it, it already held the body of Ms. Thomasina Goddard. The Chase family decided to buy it when their little daughter Mary died at the age of 2. And not long after, Marianne's sister died and was buried alongside her sibling. Heartbroken, a month after interring his second daughter in the family vault, the patriarch of the family, Thomas Chase, committed suicide. But when the heavy marble slab was removed from the entrance of the vault to place poor Thomas in there, it was discovered that the lead coffins inside had been thrown around in a very violent manner. The coffins were all in disarray and in different positions from where they had been sealed. There was no evidence of a flood, and there's no way that they should have been able to move around even if there was a flood. So, and there was not an earthquake, and nothing had settled. The vault's entrance had been sealed, and there was no sign of tampering. And so there was no chance that somebody had actually broken in and moved them around. So the graveyard attendees placed all the coffins back in the proper order and added Thomas's coffin into the mix. A year later, another member of the family was going to be added to the crypt. When the vault was open, all the coffins had been tossed around again. Nobody could understand what was happening. Was this the result of a spirit that was not at rest because they were possibly like buried alive, or they were just angry in general? Or was a deranged person somehow breaking in and taking joy in moving them around? In any case, it was sealed again, but by this time, the story of the Chase Vault and its mysteriously moving coffins had already spread like wildfire, and people were always trying to go in there and check it out. Nope. So we are, yeah. Can you imagine?
I think I'd like to go check that out.
So it's in Barbados. There is one other one that you guys got to check out. So in
Oh,
Sicily,
never mind. I'll never afford that.
I know, I wish I could too. So in Sicily,
all over the ground.
there is the Capuchin catacombs. So in Palmyra, Sicily, there have been a lot of people that go into the Capuchin catacombs to walk among the dead.
Stuff.
Monks have been preserving the bodies in this cool climate since the 16th century. So check this out.
Wow.
Check that out.
Ooh.
Right? So these bodies have been there since the 16th century. And
just hanging. Oh.
Some of the oldest skeletons in that catacomb still have hair left and skin left, which is crazy. But the catacombs, the mummified corpses actually hang from the walls. And they're stacked on shelves, seated on benches, sealed in glass coffins. The corridors and halls are divided into religious figures, virgins, children, and wealthy individuals who purchased their place on the walls, and they are all fully clothed, with some still wearing their traditional robes. The catacomb was actually officially closed in 1880, though interments continued to the early 1900s. One of the last ones was Rosalia Lombardo. And to date, according to the last census held in Capuchin catacombs, it holds about 8,000 corpses.
Jesus. That's a lot of corpses.
They have these people decorating the walls, literally.
You take your pants off on me.
Oh my goodness.
Right? Yes, it is. Taphophobia. You are correct.
Come here.
Thank you
I
for
did
dropping
call
in,
that
Laura. Thank you so much. Sykes says that he wants to go spend the night in that place in Cairo. I think I'd actually be okay with that.
I'll go with you.
Yeah.
We'll have fun.
I'd actually, right? Did you hear someone stole a bunch of human heads off of a cargo truck in Colorado that was being transported for research? I did not.
Oh no.
How?
I didn't know that either.
You come help me.
And I live just a state. I mean, I live next door to Colorado.
There is a situation where we were talking about a few weeks or a couple months ago where a couple had gotten in trouble for the sales of body parts it was illegal body part sales. And before you ask, yes, there is legal body part sales. You can buy somebody's bones and body parts, no problem, if it's done the proper way.
What? I want an arm. I want an arm.
I found it on Ipsy, by the way, which is kind of funny. Or Etsy. I said Ipsy. Ipsy's the makeup one. Hey, Tony. What's up?
Etsy sells body parts.
Yep. Oh, wow. Wonder what they took them for. Maybe to get a little head.
Wow.
I cracked myself up.
Or to get skull fucked. You never know.
That too. I was thinking about having a. Imagine the guy coming up with the idea, hey, let's just hang him on the wall. And everyone goes, yeah, that's a great idea. Right? Woo! All right. So, Oni, we are coming to an end.
I'm still stuck on the 14 inches of dick. Holy shit.
I think whoever he banged might still be stuck on it too. Quite literally. So Oni, Where can people find you?
Yeah.
Where can people normally find you?
Okay.
Okay, well, we have a little bit of a delay right now.
Thank you for having me on here. I appreciate it. It was freaking awesome.
So guys, if you get a chance, go ahead and check out Nightmare Clowns. Oni is definitely going to be on there. And a lot of our lovely people that have been in here tonight. Sykes, Lico. I saw Jackie Frost. I've seen Twisty in here. I've seen Kino. And I saw several others, and I'm sorry if I missed you. But go check out Nightmare Clowns. They've always been super supportive of us, and we always support them. Also, so Lico said, my friend gave his son's body to science as long as they cremated him and didn't charge the dad anything for the services. Oh my God. He died from seizures. I would love to donate myself to the body museum because that is just the coolest thing in the world to me. Where they plasticize everything. So yeah, thank you, Oni, for joining us tonight. Oh, here we go. Nightmare Clowns, Oni's Legions, Oni the Demon. Boom, right there. Oni, go ahead and please stay in here for just a moment while I do everything on here. Yes, Tony is also part of the Nightmare Clowns. Sorry for not mentioning you.
Okay.
Stay in here for just a moment, and I'm going to run all of our closing ads. So, thank you everybody for joining us tonight. Have a good one.
I don't know, set the world fire. I don't know,